Yes, Team Cyprian TV, welcome again, and of course I'm accompanied with my brother here, Mokwa the Informer. And guys, we're gonna say thank you so much for the massive support you have been supporting us, or you have been giving us. May Almighty God bless you. So apart from Morara, now there is some chaos.
Mount Kenya politics.
Mount Kenya. Huh? Mount Kenya kumewaka. I don't know what's really going on in Mount Kenya, but mimi nikigrow, my grandmother used to tell me, like, you should be respecting your elders. But in Mount Kenya, of late we have been seeing even in Chungwa abusing the deputy president live haugopi. And now from Mount Kenya, vile ile rumors ambayo tuko nayo inasema kwamba kuna ma MCAs wenye wana work with the government, so that not the government, yes, disrespect. So ningependa nisome something hapa ndio watu waweze kuelewa wakati tunachambua isisi kawa ni sisi tumeyatoa maneno yetu.
Sure.
So I just want to read the Atlas Nation Intelligence Bureau. Agents are reporting that Honorable Gachagua held his continued 2027 election planning meetings in Nyeri yesterday evening. The meeting was focused on the Nyeri County Assembly and was attended by almost all MCAs.
Yes.
In the meeting, Gachagua punctuated his address with the sentence, "I am the leader of this region and you must show respect." That means he knows no respect at all. He then accused some MCAs of working directly with State House and warned them he could campaign them. "I will make sure you are not re-elected if you continue reaching the president and the State House directly." Rigji then said some were even listening to Dennis Itumbi, a guy who is unable to convince even a single woman. Hey, this one they must withdraw. That comes hot over heels after another meeting with Mount Kenya senators where he said he is no longer in government. "I know President Ruto will not have me as a running mate in 2027. It's clear he has already made the decision," Ligji told senators. "But I will not allow him to have it easy or have peace," the DP told the meeting. "Nimeshika Ruto kwa jina ngumu, wananchi wako na mimi, wataniona," Gachagua has reportedly told his confidence that he will resign as deputy president 6 months before the 2027 election and will run for president for all support Raila Amolo Odinga, from whom he is convinced he will resign from the AU job to run for president. I just want to finish part 2 so that we summarize. So part 2, the meeting was focused on the Nyandarua County Assembly. In the meeting, Rigji said that he had called the meeting to inform the MCAs that Kikuyu elders had granted him permission to seek new friends outside the mountain. Reed Karonso and Eugene Wamalwa. He told the meeting that the lack of an agreement between Kikuyus and President Ruto had cost the mountain the finance CS position and the Biashara CS. He told them it was an agreement that had kept Alfred Mutua and Justin Muturi as a CS. "We will never go to another election without an agreement," admitting that is the reason he was calling for Kikuyu unit, saying, "I will use that unit of votes to negotiate for various positions in government." Historically, the mountain makes its decisions on who to vote for after 2 years. And that's why I'm saying by December, our leaders must declare their positions. It was clear that he could blackmail anyone running for president and seeking the Mount Kenya vote by demanding certain position as a condition of the vote. But for me, do that, I must unite everyone behind me. Why are others fighting me? They must unite behind me for us to get CS, PS position, DG told the MCAs. Next, Kiambu MCA after the Mombasa ACK show opening.
Now,
what can you say about this?
Rigiji is the deputy president of this country.
Yes.
And of course, we respect him because that is the position, that's a constitutional position that he's holding right now. And I think it's also a requirement for all other leaders to respect that. Because when they can they'll occupy that seat, they will also demand respect. However, I want to tell you one simple thing. Rigiji came into office as a result of what he's experiencing right now. He was used to fight Uhuru Kenyatta seriously. He abused Uhuru Kenyatta right, left and center, even said Uhuru Kenyatta wants to kill his children. Very vulgar language. He ensured that Uhuru Kenyatta is completely finished. When everyone had moved on from Uhuru Kenyatta, they have won the election. Uhuru Kenyatta went to hand over in Kasarani. He again attacked him in front of the whole world. Because the whole world was watching our inauguration of the President, William Ruto. He attacked him seriously and Uhuru felt very bad. Now, Rigathi Gachagua is facing the same thing. Where he's being attacked by his own people.
Yes.
Being underrated and abused by his own brothers and sisters from the mountain. But it is not something that he should be going through. You have to accept that. But perhaps you saw some of these things happen as a result of calling them. You know, he positioned himself the same way he's being positioned right now. Now, anyway, this is what I want to say as far as it is concerned. One thing we have to agree that right now is the topmost leader of the mountain, probably almost the kingpin. Uhuru Kenyatta is president. But Rigiji also occupies now the topmost seat right now and is the leader of the mountain, whether people like it or not. Now, Rigiji, one thing he has as a strength is the ability to speak to the people of the mountain. He can comfortably speak to them, convince them, and actually urge them to vote against somebody. That one I know very well. However, I have a very simple problem with Rigiji. When you read such a post when he's talking of, assuming that was true, it's not just blogging, he's talking of positions. Mount Kenya was not shortage of leaders. Even now, it is not shortage of leaders who are occupying various positions in government. But what are these positions benefiting the people of the region? There is where Rigiji is going wrong. He's not championing for the development of that region, but he's talking of seats. His friends being given various seats here and there. What are these seats helping the people of the mountain? Stall projects are there, just like any other part of the country. Yeah, the other president, and Unga was also high, just like any other part of the country. The people of the mountain are facing problems like milk, coffee prices, tea prices, just like any other part of this country. Which means the problem of this Kenya, I mean, they experience those problems while is the deputy president, isn't it? Which means the problems of this Kenya is not the positions that people occupy from your tribe. This gentleman is leading a life of the past, where you have to have Mtuwenu kwa docket. And if the youths of this country unite the way they are, go with the spirit of 25th June 2024, there's a likelihood Rigiji will be one of the most serious losers in this country, because he has positioned himself in the ancient way of politics, where he has left the people of Mount Kenya to suffer, while he keeps on talking of positions now and then. So therefore, I want to urge Rigiji in a very simple way. The people of Mount Kenya are not shortage of leaders. The only thing they want is development. I said in one of the arguments I had with some friend of mine, I told him, for this country to perform well, Rigiji must be at the forefront of ensuring projects have occurred in this country. Because he's having a group behind him. He has MPs who are from the region. He has Mountain, which is looking up to him, which is the region that bestowed Ruto into leadership. So if he uses this mountain well, the people of Kenya will get development. But whenever something does not involve him, if he's not getting a tender, if he's not getting some favor, that's when the government is bad. But if so long as he has some favors and the government is doing wrong things, he's okay. He fails as a leader. So as for me, he can succeed politically, okay? Ensuring those MCS campaigning him have gone home. Those governors campaigning him have gone home. Those MPs and senators are going home. But the fact remains that Rigiji will lose heavily because of his ways of leadership. Another thing I want to say, Ruto is very smart. He took Moses Kuri into government. Moses Kuri is a dangerous man to deal with Rigiji. Rigiji should not underrate Moses Kuri, and he should not assume that it is a walk in the park. Because he'll be given roles, tasks, and he will not deliver. And what will he tell people if he does not deliver? Going forward in 2027, youths are going to vote immensely. If they vote against any leader that is championed by either Rigiji and also William Ruto, what is he going to do? Rigiji has put himself in a position that is very vulnerable. a position that is making him to be like kama yatima. Why am I saying so? When Kenyans were talking of development, he talked of shares. When people were talking of against finance bill, he kept quiet. He kept quiet, did not even want to comment on that. When the people were talking of let's have development across the country, talking of 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling in the mountain. When people are visiting various projects around the country, as a deputy president is just going to Mount Kenya. When we want development to be achieved and leaders to get positions across the country, he's talking of 8 and 7 cabinet secretaries to Mount Kenya, which means that his mind and focus is just on Mount Kenya, which is not the thing that we expect from a deputy president. So he has isolated himself. He has fought Uhuru Kenyatta, right now he has to beg Uhuru Kenyatta to support him. He has fought Raila Amolo Odinga, right now he has to fight Raila Amolo Odinga to support him. He's fighting William Ruto, it's another case. He does not have any agreement with most of the leaders in the mountain. Look at his friends, Justin Muturi, who could not even win any seat. He has been vying every election, but there's nothing is winning. Nothing is winning. So therefore, it is very simple here that Rigiji has put himself in a position that is not a good leader. But politically, locally, he's a very good grassroots mobilizer. Yeah, but he's not a person I can consider fit for this country because he does not agitate for best things in this country. People are saying that when he was in the cabinet meeting, he rejected the finance bill, which could have been okay. But we also want to see a position as a leader, as the people, isn't it? A position you are saying that this is wrong, this is right, isn't it? It doesn't have to happen when you people are at loggerheads with the president. Whether you are at loggerheads or not, there should always be a good position for this country. People are not supposed to be killed in the parliament buildings under the watch of Rigiji. People get killed, then now you go and start saying that NIS you went wrong. He waits for a problem to occur, then he takes that opportunity now to behave that is good. That is foolish of a man.
Pretense.
You should always come on board, okay, when there's a problem and address it. When you were moving around the churches saying reject finance bill, Rigiji was here in Kenya. He did not say anything. He did tell the MPs from Central, don't vote for what? That finance bill. He kept quiet. They voted yes until youths got killed. Some of them even from the mountain. People got injured during the demonstrations. In Nyeri itself, supermarkets were actually being looted under his presence, okay? And then now, after that, he behaves to be good, calling us our children. I'm leading, I'm a father of Gen Zs, what. We don't want such opportunistic leaders. We want the people who have the vision of Kenya at heart. He's doing what he's not supposed to do. Personally, I don't like him in terms of the policies he's agitating for. And I think if he could have stopped the nonsense of going just talking about the mountain, Rigiji by now could have even been the mountain kingpin and perhaps a very good candidate in 2027. But because he concentrated purely on his benefits, I'm done with him.
You're done.
Because, you know, this guy was proven corrupt. After the corruption was ended, the issue was ended with Uhuru Kenyatta's case, immediately resumed office from nowhere. He was clean and his money was returned. 200 million shillings was returned to his account. How is that possible? How is that possible? You were found guilty, but now the judiciary is returning the money to you because the government was against you. I mean, someone who was corrupt now is telling us, is giving us advice here. Rigiji is a lost sheep.
It's a lost sheep.
Let Mount Kenya give us another leader, even Wanjigi, we can accept. But a leader like him who talks about the mountain now and then is lost. But anyway, we can say that at his position as a leader, he can destroy William Ruto. He can. He can destroy William Ruto because William Ruto depends on Mount Kenya. If Rigiji takes away Mount Kenya from him, William Ruto is vulnerable. We are done with Raila. Raila cannot give him any votes right now in the country. We are done with him. So he has to beg Akina Joho and Oparanya to campaign for him, which I'm very sure these guys are not good campaigners. He has to talk about Uhuru Kenyatta maybe. But in the mountain, without Rigiji, Ruto is done.
Ruto is done.
He's done. Ruto has one option. Take Rigiji as a running mate or lose the election in 2027 by a landslide. Because Morara will win the election, but Ruto will not even be number 2 or even number 3. Because number 3 maybe will be Kalonzo, number 2 will be Kalonzo or something. Because Ruto depends on Mount Kenya. Okay? And he has not delivered anything to Mount Kenya. He has now gone to Raila. Raila will not campaign for him. Perhaps Raila might even not win the AU seat. But he might not even campaign for him. Because Raila by then will be old and tired. He cannot do anything for us. And we won't listen to him anyway. Because he's one guy who has disappointed us. So eventually what will happen, William Ruto will lose the election. Gachagua will still lose. and Kalonzo will as well lose. These guys are not going to combine. Now we are going to have a strength as youths. Sisi wale utapiga kura kwa Murara.
Just closed.
Just closed.
Anyway guys, thank you so much. See you in our next video.